Short Papers. Section 4. Resurrection. By Charles Henry Mackintosh, better known as CHM. A correspondent requests special notice of Philippians 3 verse 11, if by any means I might attain to the resurrection from among the dead. The point toward which the desires of the true Christian ever tend is resurrection glory. It matters not to him by what way he is to reach that point. He longs to reach the glory by any means. It may be that our friend finds difficulty in the word if, as though it implied a doubt in the mind of the apostle as to his reaching the end in safety. The apostle did not have any such thought in his mind. The idea is simply that he had the goal before him and he was eagerly pressing toward it. His vision was filled with it, his heart was set on it, and as to the means by which he was to reach it, he was quite indifferent. It may be interesting to observe that the word which is rendered resurrection only occurs in this one passage and properly signifies resurrection from among. The Greek word anastasis, resurrection, occurs about 42 times in the New Testament and is applied to the broad fact of resurrection. But the word used in verse 11 is morally linked with the expression in Mark 9 verse 10, questioning one with another what rising from among the dead should mean. The disciples would have found no difficulty in the thought of resurrection as such, seeing that every Orthodox Jew believed in it. But a rising from among the dead was something strange to them. Hence their questioning. Now, the proper hope of the Christian is not merely resurrection of the dead, but resurrection from among the dead. This makes a substantial difference. It completely sets aside the idea of a general simultaneous resurrection. To speak of a resurrection from among the dead, obviously implies that all shall not rise together. Revelation 20 verse 5 teaches us that there will be 1,000 years between the two resurrections, but it is important to see that the very word used by the apostle to express that resurrection for which he was looking, is quite different from that usually employed to set forth the general thought of resurrection. Why is this? Simply because he meant a special thing and he, therefore, used a special word, a word which occurs only in this one place. It is deeply solemn to remember that the Lord's people will rise from their graves and leave behind them the ashes of the wicked dead for 1,000 years longer. This thought may seem to be foolishness to the natural man, but Scripture teaches it and that is quite enough for the Christian. The resurrection of the church will be upon the same principle and partake of the same character as the resurrection of Christ. It will be a resurrection from among the dead. May our hearts be set upon that glorious goal.